Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing another random one-shot from over on Itch.io. This is a game called Romance Detective 2. Yes, by Nami, the long-awaited sequel. Now this game has been in development for almost 2 years straight by Nami, and if you guys know anything about game dev, it is very, very difficult. Nami worked on this game by herself for 2 years straight, and unfortunately had to release the product not completely finished. So that means that the story is completely done, so we'll be able to play through the whole game and learn the entire story, but some of the art assets, things like that, are missing, or will be just like sort of blank sketches, things like that. So you guys will see that throughout the game, but don't let it deter from the storytelling itself, because that's the entire purpose of a visual novel. And like I said, due to the fact that she was just under a lot of pressure and things like that, she had to stop making the game, essentially. And she has already announced that she's not going to continue work on the game. It's just going to be as is. So let's go ahead, though, and get started. Last game was amazing, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did, so I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, she even has, like, a little disclaimer here in the beginning. Hello. You're about to play Romance Detective 2, an unfinished visual novel that has been in development for about 22 months, during which time I have made and released 6 other, mostly pretty short games in its stead. And all those games are fantastic, by the way, if you guys haven't tried them out yet, and I've played most of them on the channel, which you guys can find by just searching Nami on the channel, or even just Nami, I believe. But anyway, the story is complete aside from a few short scenes left unwritten, and you'll see a lot of sketches in place of final art. It's at least presentable and a satisfying experience despite lacking polish. So here's the reason it's being released in this state. My writing partner for the story, the person this project was mainly dedicated to, has been out of my life since the end of 2015. That's made it difficult for me to stay invested in the idea. Of course, I'd love for it to be the fun and cool game that everyone's been waiting almost 2 years to play, but that pressure is also what keeps me from ever wanting to work on it. That's very understandable, by the way. That's like something that a lot of game devs, a lot of creators, anyone who makes creative things that has high expectations set for them has explained before, like in many different mediums. They've said, hey, I don't want to put out that movie, or I haven't been able to put out that TV show or that music album or things like that, because people have these overwhelming expectations. And the romance detective community, especially with Nami, is very, very hardcore is the only word I can really think of. They're very into this game, and for good reason. It's a great game, but they had very high expectations for Romance Detective 2. Anyway, I thought for a long time that the only thing I could do was keep finishing things little by little whenever I could, and eventually I'd be done, but despite feeling so close to the end for so long, I had to fight myself to get anything done. I just ended up feeling like, what's the point of working on something that I don't enjoy anymore? And that's another thing that creative people always have to keep in mind. You know, you never want it to feel like work. Yes, it will be work at times, but you always want to keep that little flame alive that makes you go, I love doing this. This is my pleasure. This is something that I try to push myself all the time with YouTube, is to make sure that every video that I record, every game that I play is fun to me in some kind of way, so that I can make a fun video for you guys and share my passion and my love for YouTube and gaming in general. But anyway, so I decided I need to free myself. Romance Detective 2 is finally released, and I have no intention of returning to it. I want to keep moving forward. With all that context in mind, I hope you'll enjoy this anyway. I'm sorry that this is all I could do. Nami. Nami, if you're watching this, I hope that you are. Please know that we have full faith and support in you. My community loves you. I know I love you. You make some amazing games and have made some amazing games and will continue to make amazing games. Do not apologize. You did what you could here, and it's like I said before, if it starts feeling like work and it doesn't feel like fun anymore, what's the point of creating it as a creative outlet? Anyway, let's go ahead and get this game started. I'm very excited for it. I'm not going to put unrealistic expectations into it, though, but let's go. Alright, 11:20 a.m., Lovebloom City Art Museum. Alright, and right off the bat, you'll see that these are just the sketches. But they're very cute sketches. They're still adorable, and I like that, like, the character avatars are still in place here.
Hey, Detective. Do you know why I brought you here today?
If you mean to say there was a reason other than to appreciate the beautiful works of art displayed on these walls, then no, I am not aware of what that might be.
I'll give you a hint. Guess what today is?
Ah, Now that you mention it, this is where we first met, 1 month ago.
Oh, it's their 1 month anniversary. That's adorable. For those of you who saw the first game, you know that the two of them sort of like hooked up at the end of the first game, which is, you know, it's a cute thing. I like it a lot. I'm really happy about that.
That's right, it's like an anniversary date.
You've certainly grown into your romance title.
I'm honored to hear that from the lovely romance detective.
Aw.
Did you plan on this rose-themed exhibit being featured as well?
No, that was actually an unfortunate coincidence.
Unfortunate,
Yeah, I mean, roses have been kinda ruined for me since that case.
They are bittersweet, I suppose.
How so?
While they certainly caused a great deal of trouble, we might not have met otherwise.
Aw.
I've never thought of it that way before. I guess that makes this a romantic coincidence.
Oh boy.
Indeed it does.
Let's take a closer look at all this art. We gotta have the full experience.
Oh, click on things to investigate them. Oh, okay, cool. That's really awesome. I dig that that's like an interactive feature in this. So we can click on the vase from the first game. There's stuff over here, like stacks of whatever, and then there's art exhibits, and then we can also investigate Romance Detective herself. Let's go ahead and click the vase from the first game.
This is the same vase from our first assignment together, isn't it?
Who could forget? It's one of a kind.
Looking at it now, I almost want to take it home as a keepsake.
Even despite its gaudy appearance?
It's definitely grown on me.
Alright, so what's this art here? It looks very abstract.
You know, maybe it's rude to say this, but it doesn't look like much effort was put into some of these.
Look closer. You can feel a unique energy from each brushstroke. Do you see how the paint has been layered on in some places more than others?
Yeah, but more paint doesn't necessarily mean more effort. These ones are just blobs of color.
Romance Cop, it may be true that a skilled artist's work will often seem effortless. However, it can take years of practice to be able to create such evocative works as these.
I wonder if that's a little bit of social commentary on this game itself, that it took years to be made, and some people are going to look at it and go, she didn't even bother finishing the art. But when you look at the game itself, it's going to be something wonderful. I'm sure that Nami didn't mean that in any sort of like arrogant way, but that's the way I'm going to transfer that message onto this game.
Sure, but they're so messy compared to that big one behind us, it just feels to me like the artist got lazy.
You tend towards more traditional figurative art. I see very well. There's still...
Sorry guys, I'm gonna have trouble reading as usual.
There's still hope for your taste to expand in due time.
Oops, I feel like I disappointed her somehow.
Alright, how about, this art that Romance Detective's looking at?
Let me guess. Is red your favorite color?
I suppose it's crimson, to be specific. It's very alluring.
No wonder you'd be drawn to roses, huh? I mean, aside from being named after them.
Roses are a symbol of romance and beauty. I'd always admired them as such, though now I no longer feel the need to carry one with me as proof of my devotion to romance.
Yeah, you're beautiful without the help of any silly flower.
Aw, that's adorable.
You're turning your favorite color.
Now enough of that.
How cute. Alright, and then there's this stack of whatever the heck over here on this pedestal. You picked up a leaflet to take home. Oh, it's just leaflets. Okay, cool. Oh, here we go. So these are the full body models that we'll probably see throughout a lot of the game.
So, after this, I was thinking we could go to...
Come in, Romance Cop. Oh, it's the police chief.
Oh, it's the chief.
Could it be urgent?
Or it could be urgent. God, once again, guys, I'm sorry, I'm bad at the English sometimes.
Romance Cop and Romance Detective here. Do you need us for something, Chief? Sorry, I know you're off duty today, but I've got a few things that need taking care of. Things that have been unusually busy lately, so you're the only ones I can count on.
Could it be crimes against romance?
Go ahead, Chief. We're listening. First and foremost, it seems like a punk teenager went on a vandalism spree and ruined some school property. Among other things, I want you to go investigate.
I wonder if the punk teenager is going to be Cupid, because Cupid was like this super edgy, like edgelord punk, emo-looking kid in the first game, and I loved that character design. It was really great writing, so maybe we'll find him again.
Huh? Won't that fall under the school resource officer's jurisdiction? What? Why would a middle school need something like that? I thought every school had its own police officer. At least the ones I went to did. I guess it's different in Lovebloom.
Romance Cop, what kind of city did you come from?
A normal one? That aside, just head over to Snapdragon Middle School. The vice principal will fill you in on the details. Oh, and the other thing, we've got an escaped convict on the loose. Uh-oh.
An escaped what? Shouldn't you have brought that one up first?
He isn't dangerous, I don't think. I don't think. But we should probably find the guy, so drop by when you can. I'll show you his mugshot so you know who to look for.
Understood. Thank you, Chief.
No problem. Always happy to have the romance duo on the case.
Please don't call us that.
Oh, don't be shy, romance cop. See you two later.
I'm not the shy one.
Now then, what were you about to say before the Chief called us?
Oh, just that I wanted to go to the park after this, but now it looks like we'll be busy.
Worry not, Romance Cop. I'm sure we will have plenty of future opportunities to spend our quiet, peaceful days at the park.
Aw.
Is this really okay with you? We were supposed to have the whole day off.
Whether we're on the job or not, what truly matters is our time spent together.
Oh, that's adorable. God, this game is so freaking cute.
Detective.
What I mean is, it's nothing to fret over. Our city needs us.
Agreed. Alrighty then, let's decide what to do first, the vandalism case or the escaped convict.
I leave that entirely up to you.
Oh, okay, so we get to actually pick. Let's go to them in order. Lovebloom Police Station looks like it's up above, so let's click that one.
I want more info on whoever broke out of our little jail. I just can't imagine why the chief was so calm about it.
I'm curious as to what kind of criminal we're dealing with. If he was able to escape, it's possible he's a professional.
Our jail is always so empty. I'm surprised there was anyone in there to break out in the first place. Anyway, let's go.
Aw, cute. Lovebloom Police Station.
You ladies got here fast. Couldn't expect anything less from my two favorite members of the force.
I must remind you, I do not qualify as an official member. However, the sentiment is appreciated.
Straight to the point, as always.
Chief, I have to ask. Why are you wearing an eye patch? Is today some kind of pirate-themed holiday I didn't know about?
Oh, this? Lost my eye. No big deal. What the fuck? Really? No big deal? What are you talking about? That's a huge deal.
What? Are you okay?
That was my reaction too. And even though that's a sketch right there, that almost makes it look funnier. Like her reaction is like her frozen in like terror.
Lighten up, Romance Cop. I was joking. Just got a little banged up last night, you know, by our jailbreak friend. Oh, come on, Chief.
Did he punch you out during his escape?
Oh, no, nothing like that. He slipped out so quietly no one even noticed he was missing until this morning. Nah, the eye patch is from what got him arrested in the first place.
Can you please tell us the whole story from the beginning? The way you've been explaining this, I feel like you're trying to give me a heart attack.
It appears Romance Cop has not yet grown accustomed to your peculiar sense of humor, Chief. Please go easier on her in the future.
Yeah, sorry about that. You shouldn't worry about me, though. I'm extremely robust for my size. Anyway, we'll start here. This is our guy.
Okay, well, since that's a sketch, I can't really tell, but it makes sense. It's a police sketch, so we're gonna find this guy. The Chief hands you a copy of the mugshot.
I told him we didn't really need to bother with photos since he wasn't really being arrested, but he was very insistent that we follow a proper procedure.
Why would anyone want to go through all of this?
So what happened was we were both at the sports bar to watch the game, right? And I happened to be sitting next to him. It was an intense game, so of course when our team scored, the whole bar got really worked up. So suddenly an elbow got me right in the eye.
Oh jeez, come on, Chief.
He got a pretty good hit on me and I stumbled backwards into some chairs. It must have looked a lot worse than it felt because there was a whole crowd of people surrounding me asking if I was alright. And this guy, our perp, was all in my face apologizing over and over. I kept telling him it wasn't his fault and that I was totally fine, but he wasn't having it. Then I guess someone shouted something like, "Hey, that's the chief of police you just assaulted, bro," which really only made the guy even more panicked. Things escalated and he ended up on his knees begging me to lock him up for the night so he could make up for what happened. It was pretty ridiculous. Even though everyone there agreed it was clearly an accident, he just wouldn't let it go. The only way that night was gonna end was with me taking him to jail. So I did what I had to and arrested the guy. The end.
What a story.
So then, I don't get it. Why'd he break out?
Who knows? Change of heart?
I understand why we must capture this man. Without spending his full night in jail, he can never atone for his mistake.
Well, like I said, I never held it against him in the first place, but he shouldn't have made such a big deal out of it if he wasn't going to follow through all the way.
What a strange guy. As soon as we find him, I'm demanding an explanation.
Let me know how that goes. I'm here if you have any other questions.
Thank you, Chief.
Oh, hold on. Before we go, I wanted to change into my uniform.
Oh, there she goes.
You know, I'm really glad I paired you two up. That girl was so uptight when she first got here. With you around, she's much more relaxed.
Is that so?
It's all thanks to you working those romance detective charms. But really, Rose, thanks for always helping out.
There's no need to thank me. After all, it is my mission in life to carry out romantic justice.
Excuse me, guys, I got the burpees. All this romance in the air has got my lungs filled with air as well, I guess.
Haha, of course, you know, it's really nice seeing you around more often.
Are lungs filled with air? I meant stomach filled with air. Please don't misquote that and make me feel like an idiot. Oh, I'm so stupid. Anyway.
I did not realize you previously longed for my company.
We're friends, aren't we? I just figured you were always off doing your lone wolf thing. Important romance cases to solve and whatnot.
Perhaps the three of us should go out sometime. I would like to make up for the years of neglect you have suffered.
Sounds good to me, but I gotta do the boss thing and tell you it ain't happening until your work's done.
Then we will be swift.
I like the chief. She's goofy.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm ready to go now.
Perfect timing, romance cop. Let us proceed.
I suppose you two will be headed to the school now?
Right. We'll be sure to keep an eye out for Mr. Jailbreak on the way.
We will solve both cases in the name of love.
So 1:15 p.m. Snapdragon Middle School. And before we meet Ms. Bell, who looks like it's probably the principal or whoever, I'm going to go ahead and save the game where it is, guys, and end this episode as is. I don't know how long this episode is. I did message Nami to find out earlier tonight. But this game's really cute so far, even with some of the missing art assets. Honestly, like I said before, the story and the writing is super goofy. I love the characters. The music in this game's really good. I like everything about it so far. I really, really do. I'm looking forward to finding out how these cases wrap up and how Romance Detective and Romance Cop continue their romantic crime-solving spree. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this one, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video, and favorite it. Also, be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.
Girbeagly.